Classic Army has always been known as one of the old school airsoft manufacturers. But with the LWRC M6A2 by Classic Army, I think everyone can officially welcome Classic Army into, well, the new school. Hey guys, I'm Peter from AirsoftUrban, and today's review will be on that very gun, the Classic Army LWRC M6A2 electric blowback rifle. First, let's start off with the real steel background of this gun. It is produced by a company called Land Warfare Resources Corporation and is used by the United States Drug Enforcement Administration, being considered the standard carbine because it can be used in many different roles. Now let's look at the airsoft counterpart. First, we'll look at the back of the gun. You have a 6-point adjustable crane stock. The stock can house a majority of batteries, including a 9.6 volt crane style battery. There's also a unique storage case on the stock. Now this is not too helpful for airsoft. Maybe you could store some small batteries in there, but otherwise it keeps the gun looking like its real steel counterpart. The stock otherwise operates just like any other crane stock, adjusting by pressing in the tab, and the battery being housed in the stock itself. Now, the stock does not wobble at all and is much more comfortable for your cheek to rest on than a standard LE stock. Looking at the buffer tube, it is made of a high quality metal and does not wobble at all. The grip on the LWRC M6A2 is a Tango Down style grip constructed of a high quality nylon plastic and is much more comfortable than the standard M4 style grip. There is a working charging handle on the LWRC M6A2, and let me say, it's one of the most fun charging handles to use. It is of course full metal, and pulling it back reveals your adjustable hop-up. The charging handle can also lock, which helps when adjusting the hop-up, and it's just overall really fun to close it. The receiver on the LWRC M6A2 really makes the gun shine. It is full metal, which is expected of a gun of this pricing quality. Now, Classic Army does own the licensing rights for LWRC, so you can find many LWRC logos on the receiver. There is a rail on top of the upper receiver, allowing for the attachment for basically any optics, or none, depending on what you prefer. Overall, the weight and feel of the receiver and the fact that it's licensed make it that much more special. Now, speaking of sights, the gun does come with 2 removable flip-up sights. They are, of course, metal, and there is an American flag under the rear sight, which makes it that much more unique. The selector switch on the LWRC M6A2 is the most crisp selector switch I've ever used. It clicks into place very nicely, but sorry lefties, it's not ambidextrous. The trigger on the gun is metal, once again, to be expected, and so is the trigger guard. The mag well literally has no wobble. The mags don't move at all, and that is an excellent feature on this gun. Now here's what makes the gun unique, the CNC'd rail system. Because it is CNC machined, it is extremely high quality and looks very unique to this gun. There's 9 inches of rail space on here, which is more than enough to mount all the accessories you want. There's also something that Classic Army did under the rail system that makes this gun unique. They replicated the gas piston system on the real steel weapon to make the gun that much more realistic. While that doesn't really help the gun perform, Classic Army definitely went out of their way with that little addition. Up front, you have a birdcage style flash hider that is connected to a 10-inch barrel. Now, you may think that with the 10-inch barrel, this gun is meant for CQB, but the chronograph and accuracy will prove otherwise. Before we go into how hot the gun is shooting and how accurate this gun is, I should talk about internals. The gun uses a standard version 2 gearbox that is upgradable, so all you tech geeks can do all the upgrades you want to this gun. Also, the gun is electric blowback, so there's a little bit of recoil. Not much, but it's there. Now let's jump over to the chronograph. I will be using 0.2 gram BBs and a 9.6 volt butterfly type battery. As you can see by the chronograph, the gun is shooting an average of 405 feet per second and is firing at a rate of 12 rounds per second. Now just a little bit about the accuracy. Well, it's astonishing. This gun is literally just aim and shoot, and the BB goes exactly where you want. Your range is going to be way up there even with a 10-inch barrel. That's why you're able to use this gun on an outdoor field or downgrade to a lower FPS for CQB. The accuracy truly is astonishing and is the most accurate airsoft gun I've ever used. This gun does come at a price though. The gun will run you around $390 to $425, but believe me, it is worth it. Overall, the LWRC M6A2 by Classic Army is an amazing airsoft gun. It is constructed mostly of metal besides the stock and grip. The accuracy is simply astonishing and has just as amazing of range. The gun is replicated to be just like the real steel gun, even down to the replica gas piston system and stock. The gun is covered in LWRC logos and looks just like the real thing. While it does cost a lot, it is worth it. I plan on keeping this gun for a very, very long time, as it exceeds my expectations in every category. If you're looking to spend this much money on an airsoft gun, you can't go wrong with the LWRC M6A2 by Classic Army. I'm Peter from AirsoftUrban. Have a nice day.